This is the Flamingos podcast. Yo, I didn't. This is the Flamingos podcast. This is Yad.
Kanzi on the mic.
Awab.
And MaMan.
MaMan.
We got that one right.
Yeah, we got it. We got it finally.
That sounds
Finally.
Denzel tone in it.
Yeah, a little bit.
My
of
man.
The latest
MaMan.
addition to the Flamingos family. Our newly host with us, MaMan.
Yes, y'all.
You guys don't get used to this because this is the last time.
It's not the last time.
We might see more.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna see more, but I mean,
Definitely.
it's a joke. As in he's a host with us, you know.
I'm hosting
I
the
just
Flamingo
kidding.
show, guys.
Yeah, he came straight from Sudan, and yo, it's a lot of love.
Yeah, man.
Him coming from Sudan just to record with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for taking me in.
Oh.
With no resume or nothing. Just by the word of my mouth. Good vision. Thank you. That works.
Yo, Usuals.
Yeah. I noticed. I wanted to come and be like, why do you put so much samples?
Of what?
I think you enjoy that, don't you? I really see how you enjoy that.
Go podcast, man.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
The
Let's
samples.
go.
That's my
the
shit, bro.
samples.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna record one after this, by the way.
Definitely. Why not?
Yeah,
I can give you one.
one for us.
Definitely. Like, yeah, man, the Flamingo broadcast for you.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, man. My man. One of them too, you know what I mean? So.
Yo, it was a long ass week for everybody, and a long ass day, especially.
Weekend. It's not.
And
It's
this is
over. Long time ago. What am I
Yeah.
talking about? It's Monday. It's Monday.
I mean,
bro.
it's a weekend for you. It's not for
me.
us.
I'm in a holiday,
Exactly.
bro. It's
You're
just
in
a
a
weekend.
holiday.
It's still a weekend for 13 days.
It's just another day for
Yeah.
us. But hey, what can we do?
Yeah, thank
It
you
is
for
what it
staying
is.
up all this night
Nah, man.
for
It's all
recording this thing. So
No, it's our pleasure,
I
bro.
know you guys got work tomorrow.
It's our pleasure.
Definitely.
We really appreciate the fact that you came here and joining the Flamingos family. And
I always wanted to, man. Always wanted to. I thought if I'm gonna be here, even in a holiday, at least I can't miss a day. Like just one day, get it to come and just chatting. You know what I mean? To have
Yeah.
a chat with you guys.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna have. It's gonna be fun.
But I'm sorry. Before all of that, how you've been, guys, during the week? How was your week? Oh, well,
Yo, I had a long week. I don't even want to talk about it.
Damn, why, bro?
Yo, I'm just glad I'm here.
don't take my spot though.
I had
I mean, like, I'm willing to hear about it.
Look at him sitting like a granny waiting for you to tell him about his day.
Yo, I had a lot of work to get
Meditate
done.
you out.
I had a lot of work to get done, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I'm just waiting to get back to it. I'm waiting for the year to end, and all these restrictions and bullshit to just fade off.
It's
That's
funny
about
because
it.
like once you get, you want more, and once you don't have, you want to get. So like even if you're not working, you'll be like, damn.
I have to
I'll
drop
be
it. I have to drop it.
I'll be saying.
I'm trying
What
to
did
get
he
some
drop?
work.
Because I can't hear you though. I wanted to hear what he dropped. I wanted to hear the samples you're dropping. What was that? What sample? was it?
Later on, you
Yeah, I have to wait to see it, just like all of y'all.
exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool. But you
But-
know what I'm saying? Like once you did it, because I always say that to myself, like I'm gonna take a holiday, I'm gonna stay out, and then there's a certain time that you get to, you're like, oh, I need to get back to work now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now when you do work for a certain time, you're like, oh, I need to get off work.
Exactly,
I need a
100%.
holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is life is very complicated away. You know,
That's
up
true.
and down.
The man of few words,
tell me,
the
wise
legend.
Tell me.
what is it?
How was
How's
your
your-
week?
My week, yeah. Well, this week was kind of slow. I think nothing special about it.
Last week was
Kanzi
slow
has
too,
two
right?
versions of weeks.
Yeah.
It's either a slow one
All right.
where you had to work,
Yeah.
or a very hectic one where you had to work.
Oh, yeah, to work.
So
Oh, that's it.
That's how it
What to
goes.
do? I'm a
Workaholic.
workaholic. I'm a workaholic.
Hey.
Yeah.
Same here.
What to do?
Hey, double entendre.
Yeah.
But
You know.
I'm agreeing with Awab. The matter of fact that we are like waiting so bad for this year to end.
Yeah, man.
100%.
I told them I'm not celebrating 2021 until I actually see what's happening. I might celebrate it or do my New Year's on February. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just to see like how 2021 is gonna start. If January is good, then we celebrating it. If not, we're just gonna continue 2020 until this finishes.
It is what it is. Just keep on working. 21.
Yeah,
Hey, let's
I
go.
don't
Let's
mind
go,
missing
man.
a year, bro. It's not, we're
Exactly.
not missing that much.
No,
anyhow.
I keep on telling people my birthday doesn't count this year. Like I'm not turning another
Listen,
year.
no,
I'm
we
just
missed
still,
this one.
Yeah, I'm deleting it. That's it.
Man, hectic year.
What about you,
Yeah,
Mama?
we're almost over with it. So.
How was your week?
How was my week?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I slept. I ate. I went out. Came back. I slept at 8. I don't know. I had a very deep discussion with somebody, so it was very relaxing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never use it. I don't get to say that.
Relaxing.
Yeah, I say that sentence
Right?
a lot. It was very relaxing.
It's a different one though.
Yeah, don't get angry at me. All you guys is like, I hate my week. I hate my week. I hate it more.
Out here relaxing and shit.
I'm relaxed. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. But
It's not just another
Again,
week for you.
I'm in a holiday. You guys are living here. Big difference.
Exactly,
Big
100%.
difference.
Is it your first time visiting Dubai?
No, it's not actually. I come here a lot, but I haven't left the country in like 4 years. So that's why it feels to me like I haven't left the country, Austin. So
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Whoa.
that's pretty
Alright.
good. Definitely.
My week was good.
Yo, nobody's gonna ask about your week. It's been
No one cares.
37
No, no,
episodes.
Why don't be mean on it. Don't be mean on it.
Yeah. I mean, the audience that we have over here, they care. My week was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Thanks, guys, for asking.
No,
What did
seriously.
you do? What did you do this
How
week?
was it? How was it?
I faced some problems this week, but hey,
Nice.
problems out there for you to,
Props.
overcome,
That's the best thing you
right?
can do in the week.
Exactly.
That's the best thing you can do in the week.
And it is what it is. We keep going, we keep marching, and the only way is forward.
Yeah, we choose our problems.
Exactly. So it is what it is. And during the past week, there's a lot of music that came out. I don't know if you're really in sync with what's coming out
I
internationally.
am about to get very sick
Hey.
because I've been locked in the studio for too long. So I do get
for example,
disconnected.
Hack,
Literally disconnected.
that's number one. Jeezy released The Recession
Yeah.
Part 2.
Okay, Jeezy.
Yeah.
Young Jeezy.
Young Jeezy.
Young Jeezy.
Cool. Cool. I haven't heard it for a long time.
Because you called him
Exactly.
Young Jeezy.
Yeah, now it's old
You
Jeezy.
didn't hear it for a long time. They used to call him Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
Well,
Now it's just Jeezy.
flash news.
Okay.
He's just called Jeezy now.
No, okay.
And he does. He dropped a sequel for his legendary album, The Recession. You guys listen to it?
No, definitely I'll go check it out now.
Nope. Oh,
No?
yeah, my bad. I did. I actually did.
We're listening to it on the
Yeah,
way.
we talked about it in the car. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I did listen to it. I liked it. I liked it more than the last one. I wished it had more features
Okay.
because I only caught on to Rick Ross. The previous one it was full of features.
It was
I think it was.
feature-packed.
Yeah, we talked about it
Yeah.
last episode. Him showing his A&R
Yes.
skills.
Yes.
Getting J. Cole and Kendrick and all these people. But on this one, it's a great classic Jeezy album.
100%. He gave me back that 2005 to those back in the days.
Yeah.
Rap
But
albums
it's
when
more.
they used
It's
to
It is
more
coming
woke.
back. It is coming back.
It's
Exactly.
woke
It's
Jeezy.
coming back.
it's the Jeezy that we used to back in the
Yeah.
days. It's pretty dope.
That's true.
I love the album. The album is really dope. There's like 6 tracks that I can just listen to easily. I wouldn't skip.
Have you ever found an album until now that you can't skip a song?
Yes,
What's your album?
every Frank Ocean album.
My guy, I was about to say the same thing. I was about to say the same thing. Frank Ocean, you cannot miss
You
a
can't,
guy.
you
in Frank
can't, yeah.
Ocean, you can't.
You can just put all his music and just go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
Frank,
he's-
if you're hearing us, we love
If you
you.
ever hear of us.
If you ever hear us, we love you, bro.
Yeah. And that Young Jeezy album is dope. And talking about Young Jeezy, there was a versus battle between Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane, and we all know the history of these two gentlemen. They
Beefs.
went on a beef
Yep.
because Gucci Mane got accused of killing or shooting Young Jeezy's partner.
Yeah.
Jeezy's partner, and then evidence wasn't enough, and that's why Gucci Mane was released
Yeah.
back in the days. So they had that beef, and it just never stopped. They proposed a versus battle between both, to cool things down.
Yeah. They even
Truly
dropped a.
professionally.
Exactly. But the thing is, what was even better than that, the whole event happened in a stripper club,
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic City.
Magic City.
I guess so. So no nigga was trying to shoot up everything. I guess like, you won't be so angry with strippers in front of you all the time.
You can't shoot
I
up a
swear
club
I'll
with strippers.
shoot you after I look at that.
It's a calm place.
I'll just talk to you later.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Give him out the goddamn wings. Let me just eat and watch the shit.
How could people eat hot wings in the stripper place? I mean,
Yeah.
like that's very weird.
Why
Let's
this
not get
guy's
into that
putting us
topic.
in
Let's not
a
get into
in a
that
tight
topic.
spot?
Yeah, let's not get to that.
I
topic.
mean,
Anyhow, it just came up into my head.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
listen. If I ever get the chance to, I would really pay attention to the chicken wings than whatever's happening over there. Just so you know.
No,
That's how passionate I am.
It depends on how hungry you are.
Thank you. I was about to say that.
No.
I was about to say that.
Not the
Like if
thing.
you skip lunch and then go to a strip club, then
No,
you,
this
you're
is-
gonna
yeah,
get the
then
chicken
I
wings.
guess, then I
Yo,
guess you're
guys.
eating chicken wings.
Yeah.
I'm a real chicken wings hunter.
I mean, like you can
I agree.
explain the chicken wing
I agree.
stain on
Yeah.
yourself.
I love that shit,
It's
man.
like I was in a
It's
strip
better than
club
lipstick.
and then I got chicken wing stain on me. It's explainable, you know.
That's another, you know?
Yeah, but you can't explain like
What?
lipstick or.
Yeah, definitely.
You can mix it with some sauce.
That's the smart one.
See?
You're a smart one.
See?
Aren't you?
There's always a way to, you know.
To get away.
Listen, boys, learn from this guy. Don't go to a strip club and eat chicken wings. That's the end of the moral story.
And mix some sauce with the lipstick that
Yeah,
you get
mix
on
some
your
sauce
t-shirt.
with that. Yeah,
If you
yeah.
go to a strip club, make sure you have the wings.
Yeah, make
And
sure
the
you have
ketchup.
the
And extra
sauce.
ketchup.
extra ketchup.
But yeah.
How the hell did this go to strip?
Carry packets of ketchup
from
with you.
Jeezy, you know, just because they had the first battle in the strip club.
And there were no strippers.
And
Whoa.
yeah. But yo,
It was just both of
that
them.
was a dope sitting though.
Damn.
They both had their own chairs and yo, it's a whole different scene over
I
there.
think it's This is
But it's beautiful to see, you know, people squashing beefs overall.
Yep.
Love and
And,
peace
and how
between everyone.
how they squashed the beef is that they I think Young Jeezy was singing So Icy or Icy,
Yeah.
and then
Gucci Mane came on and
yeah, and he gave a speech of
Yeah.
how they came from the same place
Yeah.
and how they share the same history and how they squash it and this is all for the he mentioned Nipsey
Yeah.
Hussles and and for all the people who got shot in those type of
Situations.
conflicts.
Yeah, true.
yeah.
I mean, Nipsey is a big loss, bro. People
Yeah.
don't know this, but Nipsey Hussle is
He
a
is.
big loss.
I agree.
Big loss to a community, not just big loss to the music industry. I mean, he wasn't
100%.
so much big in the music industry as much as he was someone that was recognized by the
His
peers.
community. He
That's
was
true.
giving a lot to his community.
So much, so
100%.
much, so much, so much. And he was very smart
The first guy to
in
sell a
knowing
mixtape.
what people. Yep. First,
Bro.
he did so much experiment on the people
Yeah.
that you think that he is like more of a scientist when it comes to this music
Yeah.
releases and music, what makes people like it,
Yeah.
than actually the art. And really, that's what I liked about it. He's very in tune into the art side of what this music could do.
Mm.
So yeah, man, Nipsey
He-
was a big,
he's a big loss.
surprise. Big surprise.
Yeah.
And the way he blew up was a big surprise also.
Dude, yeah, this guy sold the
People really caught
album
up
to
with
Jay-Z
how
for
Nipsey
like
is.
$100.
They caught up with him after his death more than when he was alive.
True.
Anyway, moving from the RP Nipsey Hussle.
R.I.P.
Of course.
R.I.P. to all of them great ones. Man.
What other releases do we have? Awab?
Meek Mill. Yeah.
Meek Mill
we
EP.
we got a Meek Mill EP.
Oh.
Bill dropped an EP.
Yo,
Yep.
I wanna hear
crazy.
that.
But yeah, overall, the EP was, for me, it was a different.
Meek Mill.
It was a different Meek Mill.
It wasn't really.
It wasn't. I
have
the,
to
the,
listen
first
to
the first two
Yeah.
tracks felt like normal Meek Mill songs.
The first and the last were fire.
The last, I agree with you. The one with Vori. Is,
And the first one is also with Vori.
and the one with Lil Durk.
And with Lil Durk. Durk's verse was dope.
We end up with one.
See? That's what I mean.
So
it was a good
ratio-wise-
EP.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's 4 songs, guys. You gotta
Exactly.
understand. It's not
Exactly.
easy.
It's
4
not-
songs.
it's
It's
not
not
a big,
easy.
yeah.
But
To stand out with 2, you know.
Exactly.
You can't satisfy everybody with 4 songs. You know. So it has to be a 50-50 thing at the end of the day.
You learned something today.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it was a good EP.
All right,
You said it's not.
all right.
And then we
I'll
talked
learn
about
something.
how the first, the second, and the last were good.
انت بس ما قلتهم كلهم ده ما تدور رابعه برضه.
Exactly. خلاص, just give him the fourth. Yo,
fuck
Nick.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
made a
good
good
EP.
album, man. You made a good album. You made a good EP, man.
Exactly.
4 songs. Voila.
Not, but not to mention, not to forget, Russ dropped also an EP. What was it called? Chombo? Chomp.
And
I've
all
ne-
of this is this week?
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Bro.
This was a slow week, by the way.
and there was a slow week.
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Nice one. I'm really far behind, bro.
I mean,
I
yeah.
need to hear what's
You still
going on.
call Jeezy Young Jeezy.
Yeah, I still call him Young Jeezy, bro. I mean, people listen like, Young Jeezy?
Yeah, who's Jeezy,
This
by
guy's
the way?
old. That's how old I am. I call him Young Jeezy. I don't call Jeezy Jeezy.
I call him Young Jeezy. I feel you. I feel you.
You're not helping, bro.
Exactly.
You're not helping at all.
But yeah, Russ dropped an EP and had very heavy features,
Yeah?
heavy hitters.
Like who?
Black Thought,
Okay.
Benny the Butcher,
Whoa.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes,
Nice one.
Absol, and he had a song that was produced by Premier.
Mm.
And then the first one was
There's one by Premier, Ninth Wonder.
Ninth Wonder.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro.
It's one of my favorite right there.
That's the thing. Russ, after this EP, I can really start listening to him.
He
And-
integrated.
Exactly.
He started to integrate with the world trail.
Uh,
Because Russ was like having his own world.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he
100%.
wanted everybody to come to his world. somehow,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I respect that for him, but in a market where you want to stand alone and you want to sell, you have to somehow implant a little bit of what the world listens to and what you say.
Yeah.
But then,
Attract them to
Attract them to your world, not expect them like if I build it, they will come. That movie stuff.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I would
Like,
agree with that. But then Russ also did this to me. He did this tape because he wanted to show people that he can spit.
Yeah.
Because people, when they talk about Russ, they take him lightly.
Mm.
You know,
I
like, who's
don't.
that guy?
Mm.
I've never listened to Russ before this EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did. But when I listen to him, I can now go back and really actually dig.
I think
into his
he
music.
is really one of them artists that just showed that I could do it on my own. But in the same
Exactly.
time, I don't think he focused on that more than the actual craft itself. Maybe right now after he got his money right, he got his
Yeah,
respect right.
he started doing
he
whatever.
started doing his craft better.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I
I
guess
mean,
But
yeah,
it took him a while to figure that
it will
out.
take
because
time.
because he's building himself by himself.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's the point.
He's not
Especially
assigned
when
to
you're
anyone.
You're looking at the manager role. You're looking at the PR role. You're looking at the AR role. You're looking at all of these roles doing it at the same time. You get diluted. You know what I mean? Your thoughts, your effort to put
focus.
Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
diluted so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it's really hard to find the right managers, to find the right team. You know, you need the right team, and it may becoming an artist is not just about the music no more.
100%.
You need to have the right team around you. They will put the same effort as you putting in. Yeah.
I feel that.
I remember this. I had this conversation with someone today. I forgot about the music. That it's not really about just making music and then.
I think it was me.
Really?
Yeah, when we had the
Did
dinner.
we?
Yeah, when we were. We
Nah,
were having
I'm just
dinner.
trying to remember.
Yeah, yeah. He's very sarcastic, guys. Right? He is right.
He is.
Okay, I got you. Oh wait, I got you.
Let's go, yo.
Yeah,
let's
do
go.
this. One you, zero me. I got you.
Yo, what else do we have? One of your favorite albums this week.
What? You're talking about Meg?
Yes.
Yeah. It is one
I'll
of my
let you
favorite
introduce this album.
It's a Factory album. That's that's what
Fuck
it
your
is.
lanes. Stay in your lanes. Huh?
It's just fuck
And
you,
she
Tory
started
Lanez.
off with a sample from Who Shot Ya? Or
Yeah.
Who Shot Ya?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she sampled
She
Who
must
Shot Ya.
really hate the fact that he shot her. Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
she does.
She must
Yeah.
have really hate that fact that he
she
shot her.
does. She does.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure she does.
Yeah,
But then he pled not guilty in court.
Well, because I was looking at Instagram and a Complex had this little post with just a few lines.
How little was it? Show me.
It was this little.
Okay.
Got you.
Nah, you didn't. Come on.
You looked, bro. You looked. They all looked. You looked. You owe me 3 punches on the yard. She's like, how little? but yo, she was saying that like I can't paraphrase it, but she was saying is this admit it when you say that when you do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was talking about toilets. It was so obvious. Like I didn't even
100%.
had to think twice about that. But
But
do you think she's making
who?
clout out of that? Maybe.
Who,
Or
him?
she's really pissed.
Or her?
Her.
I
No,
think both
she's-
of them. I think both of them. They are making a cloud out of it.
And she's
100%.
really pissed.
Yeah.
I think so too.
No, and she's replying back to because he dropped an album a few months ago.
And not to
Him
forget.
pleading his case that he's innocent. And
No
he
way.
didn't do it. Yeah. So that's her
He's
replying
kind
to
of
it,
stupid for
basically.
putting that on the album.
But then, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
Like-
just keep it between him and her at least until it cools down.
but then he
It
released an
already got
album
out there.
talking about it.
Man, this is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a smart
It's not
move.
cool, yeah.
It's not a
It's not
smart
cool.
move at all.
But then he's an artist. Doesn't this justify it?
You
Him
have a
talking
point.
about
You have a point, like him expressing, I guess.
exactly
Yeah. But every action has a reaction, so
100%.
that's what you get. You do that, you do this, you get that, you get that. And everybody's free to do what they want to do as long as they can take the responsibility of what comes back from it. So
Preach.
True that.
Drop one. Drop one.
Straight to the
Drop
point.
one. Which one is it? I don't know. Press the red one.
Wait till you figure out what's the red one.
I don't even know which one it is. I can't even hear it.
The yellow one is the clap. That's what I remember.
This one, yeah.
Okay, nice one. What was the green one?
No, I'm not gonna try them all now. Hey, I know what you're doing over there right now.
Trying to figure out the color system.
First
Red, yellow,
Montana. Released-
No, so okay.
Listen, it's. I was really surprised by this album.
First
But-
Montana
Yeah,
What's the title of it?
released
Coke
an album called
Boys.
CB5, Coke Boys 5.
Coke Boys 5.
Yeah.
I was really surprised by this one, by the way. It has a lot of features. That's right. It has a lot, and we all know French Montana, right?
Yeah.
We're not that really surprised yet of how he is in music industry mainly. We like him back in the days when he fresh started because he was different, right?
Okay.
He brought a new sound, but then he just kept doing that annoying and all of that stuff.
was-
Montana.
Yeah, exactly. But this was an interesting one. The features that he had, especially the one with Benny the Butcher, I loved that one. He has a feature with Lil Durk. I also loved that. You know, it has some couple of tracks that you can really bump. And I respect, although we didn't really see it online that much. Like, for me, I didn't go online on social media and I discovered that was out.
It kind of flew under the radar.
Exactly. You know, there was no that much of a
Of a hype.
Because
Exactly.
usually when French Montana drops, people know that French Montana
from
dropped.
his dropping. And he has one of the songs that he really tried to recreate that hit with Sway Lee.
Yeah, but
Unforgettable.
with another guy.
Does he have
But he did it with another guy. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But it sounded very similar to Unforgettable.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been
Right?
Mike
he's been
Mill
chasing
waited.
Unforgettable
Might
for
be
a
the
while.
same producer, Mike Mill.
I doubt that because Mike Mill, he's been
Mike Will.
Mike Will. Sorry, Mike Will is not working on music lately.
Why? I mean, he has a record label. That's where Sway Lee and all them are.
Exactly, but I don't know.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
He's been locked in or something. I don't know. But that's what I've read. I might be wrong, but regardless, it is what it
probably
is. I'm wrong, right? We don't have any other releases though.
We got a release from St. John.
St.
Oh,
John,
my guy. That's
Yeah.
the one I've been listening to though.
really? All right, give us a full recap on that album.
I like the fact that there's this one song with Lenny Kravitz. That I
Okay.
really love that song. And the story behind it is very nice too. Like the fact that he really was one of his biggest fans, you know what I mean, to work with Lenny Kravitz, I mean St. John. And for him to have him in that song, that was, I think, was a big highlight because I saw this whole making behind the video thing, and he was just really geeking out about that thing. So I thought it was very cool, like to have your
Idol,
your
really.
idol on your album.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that really got to me, and and then there's so much sick song in the album that's just it has that nice R&B, so alternative feel, and has that nice. What's nice about Lenny Kravitz, for example, is that black rockish, you know, I call
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
made rock so back to its origins. You know what I mean? And St. John also has that. He has that trap R&B,
R&B,
rockish, alternative rock type
Yeah.
of feeling, and that's what I really like about him. So yeah, it was a great.
What do you guys think about the album?
I remember someone telling me it's strip club music.
Strip club.
Strip club.
Strip club music.
Yeah.
You can say so. Back to the strip club again. I guess nobody's getting out of the strip club tonight.
No, see, that's the thing.
Nah, he
St. John, he does music for people under the influence of cocaine and then go to the strip club.
They have chicken wings.
I never felt that.
And we have chicken wings over there.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
I don't know what that says about
makes
me,
sense.
but I back in Sudan, bro, like ain't no strip club, ain't no other thing you're talking about.
but I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be. You know.
I don't agree with it, but
On the low.
I think
But hey, I mean, and you can tell like this guy, he ghostwrites a lot for too many singers or artists
Yeah,
out there.
a lot of them do, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, they won't talk, they won't say it. Nobody would say
True,
it. That's the
because
whole
they're
point.
getting paid.
That's the whole point. Yani.
Yeah.
No artist wants people to know that this guy writes for me or something.
Yep, that's why they do release albums like those to showcase their abilities.
Yeah.
For example,
exactly.
21 Savage, the album that he dropped this year. Have you heard it? What was it called? Wow, Savage Mode 2. So he released this one. It was lyrically. It was more of a lyrical album.
Nice one.
You sleeping or what?
Especially for him for 21, because like I really like how he. No, I wasn't sleeping. Just end of the night it came up. Especially for him, because like you can see, you can hear him simplifying. You know what I mean? Like I always thought that he's not dumb or he's not mumble rapping or whatever.
Yeah.
No, he's simplifying it.
That's
you
true.
can hear that sometimes he comes up with something that is intricate, but at the same time the line after is just very, very simple.
Very simple.
It kind of covers and takes away from everything in the back.
True.
So like I like that. I really like that he knows what he's going for and he's going to get it. But at the same time he showcases, like you say, his artistic forms
Yeah.
Correct.
in and out. And that's very hard to do, by the way. It's very hard
True.
to simplify it.
Yeah, but
You
talking
know.
about how artists market themselves is just by these such projects,
Yeah.
you know, that they drop, they market themselves that, yo, I'm lyrical, you know, I can get lyrical.
They want to prove themselves somehow, and
Yeah, it's just more,
Whether-
like,
whether
look,
it's
I can do that. I'm not
lyrical.
just a mumble rapper.
I do.
I
that
can
with my
write for
music
you
too
and you.
sometimes. I do it but just to show the engineering skills, I guess. That side
Of what? Sorry.
of my music. Like sometimes I
Okay.
do that. Like sometimes I would just make a song just to show the engineering skills.
Oh,
With
okay.
Different effects and different styles and stuff, just to put it out there so people would hear like, okay, that sounds good.
Mm.
And that will get me people to come.
That's a resume
Exactly.
over there.
It's like a
for you.
resume. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Well-
It's the best way to have a resume.
Nowadays, you know, if I'm applying for a job, I just send them a link of our podcast. That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's what
all
you need to do
No,
now.
that's actually very smart. Some people will take like, that's creative, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I need to
I just-
employ that guy.
Or maybe that's why he hasn't been hired yet.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't think
Wow.
I agree with.
It's
I agree
getting
with
hot
Awab.
in here.
Awab just opened a new door for us right there.
A whole new perspective.
Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna be channeling to what is it called? To a local scene. We're gonna be playing a song by
Who?
Why are you looking at me like I know?
our esteemed guest,
yeah.
our esteemed host.
Oh, you talking
My
about,
bad.
Yeah.
my song?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? A release, a new track with rotation.
Yes, Faham.
Since you are our latest.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Faham Kushino. Or what is your Faham? That is the point. But this next song is part of the new movement or the new freedom and free speech that I'm trying to introduce people into. Or like I like to say always to everybody that they don't want me to say it this way, but I always like to say to take away like
Okay.
Okay.
from our mujtama, our culture. You know what I mean? We have a lot of unnecessary shame in our culture, and I am doing hamla on that. I'm doing actually like a anti-shame.
Okay.
Anti-shame or anti-shame? Yeah, I'm doing like an anti-shame campaign.
You were going to say propaganda, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
But-
but propaganda is a very small word
Yeah.
compared to what I'm trying to
What
do.
type
with
of what type of shame you?
I'm talking about, first of all, the self-shame that comes with, society's regulations and rules. You know what I mean? And it puts you in a box. I feel like it takes you out of what your creative juices could get. Because, creativity is just like water. It takes any shape you are. So if the tighter the container is, the smaller amount of water you would have. You know what I mean? Or you'll spill so much out of nowhere. And what I'm trying to get to is that as soon as you can speak freely, just speak freely. You know what I mean? You don't need to actually even believe what you're saying. Just the fact of being able to say, talk about sexuality, talking about freedom of religion, freedom of thoughts, you know what I mean? To have a special identity, I guess that's the message. That each one could have their own identity, you know what I mean? You don't all need to go eat from the same place. We don't even need to all listen to the same shit, you know what I mean? Like, even businesses, when one opens a business, the monkey see, monkey do, you know what I mean? Like, that's why, because everyone is trying to get out of that box. You know what I mean? Nobody's trying to get out of the box. Why nobody wants to get out of it? Because they fear of that shame. And it's always that
that's true.
self-reflective
Restrictions that they feel they're
the
in.
self-reflective shame. Itself. Like, so Faham is just basically saying that, first of all, speaking to myself in a way like, is this what you want to do? Not music. Do you want to be speaking to people that will never listen for real?
Hmm.
And it's a very hardcore thing to say to your own people, but literally, what is your fam? You know what I mean? What are you guys trying to establish with me here? Am I just your entertainer, or am I someone that you can lift your
Relate
heads
to.
up high? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Are you proud of what I'm doing, or is it just your in the morning bathroom music, or when you want to drive in the car music? You know what I mean? Is it something that you would show your non-Sudanese friends? Is it something that you would go to your parents and show? يعني بالعربي كده يعني am I blowing في زي ما بيقولوا السودانيين في قربة
قربة
ممدودة.
ممدودة.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Am I just blowing in a balloon with a hole in it? You know,
Yeah.
what am I speaking here for? Because it's been 3 years, 4 years, maybe out of my personal time,
Mm.
out of time where I could be spending it on other stuff.
Mm.
Like I'm a father. You know what I mean? I'm building my dreams over someone else's dream for now. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So all of these are weighing parts of, okay, is it worth it? All of this
Mm.
for you. You guys think there's a market, but there's no market for
There's
me
no market.
yet. It might be the market between the artists, and that's the shame in here that I'm trying to get out of.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mm.
mean? To accept the fact there's no market. That what I'm doing for the past 4 years is not an achievement, it's more of a first step.
Yeah.
And now it's to see who's really listening. So I am going to talk about stuff like I was telling you in dinner, telling you guys, I want to poke people.
Yeah.
I want to poke them with topics that'll be like, hey, تبي تتكلم في شنو؟ Hey, ما
What are
تتكلم
you
في
talking
الكلام.
about? Yeah.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, you get what I mean? So Faham is just a small part. And
Wow.
if you hear it, because it doesn't really talk about anything, it just talks about how, you know, screaming so loud when you hear echoes, you know, standing on the mountain edge. I know that's in the lyrics of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the chorus is literally saying like, say Faham. And if you notice, it's call Faham. It's call,
Call.
like
Call,
call, like
yeah.
the call itself, and
Yeah.
Faham, like, so it's the same
Faham.
thing. So we speak in the same language. Call
Mm.
Faham, light Waham,
Mm.
dark Lekam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the idea.
So you believe in just a nutshell, you believe in leaving a legacy and you and speak through your music to have an impact on the next generation and something that can live forever.
Hopefully, to be more honest with it or more open. It sounds a little narcissistic, but I would like to be music itself when I leave. You know what I mean? To be just like Beethoven, just like these people. You know what I mean? Something that builds the next thought, not something to stand on. No,
Ignite or
becomes the next thought.
initiate.
Yeah, become fuel.
Become fuel.
Let's play the fuel for the
Become
night.
Coal. Faham.
Faham. Faham featuring Rotation. Let's go.
Shout out to Rotation. Much love, my nigga.
Yes, sir. Yo, that was Faham. MaMan featuring Rotation.
Yep. shout out to Rotation.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Justice.
Shout out to Young Justice
Shout
also.
out to the 249.
This is the local scene now, MaMan. This is where we talk about our region.
Mm.
So, and we're having you today to talk about how is it to be and the difficulties of the artist in Sudan.
Mm. Yeah.
And for how long have you been working
How
as
long
an
do you
artist?
guys have?
How long time do we have?
Yeah, how long do you guys have?
Ah, man.
You can summarize it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I don't have so much authority to speak so much, but in the same time, I someone that sees it.
And I'm sorry, not to forget. Sudan is based, and that's what I've noticed. Sudan is based of two, and let's say Young Justice is recent.
Hmm.
It was mainly back in the days new slang.
Mm-hmm.
That's right?
Yep.
And then we started seeing Young Justice 3 or more years ago,
Mm-hmm.
right?
3 years.
3 years ago.
Exactly.
How is it having those two only?
As I always say, we are all new slang.
Oh, okay.
I say this to everybody. All artists are new slang. Because we all started there. As artists, as engineer, we all started there. I mean, shout out to Saji so much. I mean, this guy showed me so much in my life.
Mm.
A lot of engineering, a lot of music work. And because I was part of Young Justice, part of New
New
Slang.
slang.
And when I came back from UK, I went there for 2 weeks to do music with this guy called Ibrahim Ape, and I call him the man behind the man. Basically, the man behind my man. And he's the one that helped me find my voice. Until now, we work together. He's my main engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I came back, we had an idea of starting an initiative, collective artists, more than a record label,
Okay.
like it is right now. It started like an initiative. So, like, rotation is new slang too, but he's also working with us as Young Justice. And
it actually confused me
yeah, it does.
because his name, because I've always known rotation as a new slang. Yet his name is on Young Justice's page
and
on
everything.
Instagram and everywhere.
We do his work, we do his bidding, all that. See, the thing about Young Justice, what it became, what I've been working on so hard, it's not because, like I said, these three are the pillars, but in the same time, I haven't done anything for them that much except for the publishing.
Okay.
So this is what Young Justice is for right now, what it's famous for. It's publishing. We established in the past 3 years more than 150 editors, some motion music editors, vloggers. So when we have a song that comes out, it goes to like 150 people that edit for
Sources.
Anagami, iTunes, people that write for the Time magazine, people that write for like iMuller,
A whole team.
500 Word magazine, a network. Basically, that's what Young Justice, I think, could stand out in front of everybody. I could say it proud. We help the artists to publish his stuff, which is something that is not in Sudan so much.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Because what we're doing is not like I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna big it up for no reason. It's a home studio. In the end of the day, you know what I mean, where all this music comes from. It's not in a home, but like the idea, the equipment, all of that, it's a home studio equipment. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's not a professional studio. I keep telling them the only difference we have now in quality is that 2 decibel from the people that have actual equipment, mastering equipments and studio like that. So what you could shine out with and what this game is built on now on is the publishing. How to reach it, how to show it around.
How do you reach it
How
to
do you build the social
people
media
outside?
network? How do you do all of that? And that's what Young Justice is big on. For example, my rollouts. For example, 2 Dopes videos. And that's also one side of us that we do. We produce videos. We produced around 12 videos until now in the past 3 years, yeah.
And I've seen that 2 Dope also directed the latest rotation song, Friday Freestyle.
Yeah, that's true. You
And
see,
it's
it also
actually-
has new slangs.
Yeah.
In Diane and everything.
And
It's
I saw
still
you in
same
the
time.
laundry.
Yeah. So you saw me like, in the Tobliya. I was the Tobliya master. Pun intended. You know what I mean?
But yeah.
So, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I'm proud to say, like, there's artists. But now the next step is to actually put this market on paper. That's the next
And generate that paper.
and generate that paper. From papyrus, I did. We have to start it from papyrus, from scratch, I did. We don't even got paper.
And yo, every artist in Sudan right now, he's mainly known in Sudan only.
Yeah, that's true.
True?
True.
Or the other Sudanese people that are living in the region.
I mean, shout out to all the diaspora. Is that what I say, right? Yeah, outside of Sudan, because they are the ones that have been taking our music to the world.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because like as I told you earlier, 60% of my fan base, so maybe 70% of it is in Sudan, but 70% of my revenue from the streaming is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 30% only of it is generated from people outside.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing and a curse at the same time, but that's not our fault. It's the political diagram
Situation,
of the country, and hopefully that's going to change next year.
That's gonna
I
change,
think
yeah.
that's going to change. So if that changes,
More moolah coming in.
No, it's not that the moolah. Look at the amount of record labels and
That'll be flocking.
people that be
Yeah.
flocking back to Sudan.
Yeah.
I already have my insights. I already have my, my insights in between the artists, and I know around a dozen are actually looking. Even the place I'm working in is about to be bought by
Oh,
a record
okay.
label outside, the radio label I'm working in. So
There is a whole sudden movement that is going to
it
be
is,
happening.
It is, and what they're waiting for is to see if. But that's why I said right now, it's very important to see if this is stable between the people. Because I keep telling them the market is not owned by the artists, it's owned by the people. And that's what the other people outside the professional labels are looking at. They're just waiting to see if the people are receptive to this.
Yeah,
Can I
true.
sell it in the country first or not? That's the
Yeah.
most important thing.
True.
If I could sell it in the country, that means I could sell it worldwide.
Everywhere.
And right now, it is very vague, if that's the right word to use. It's very dilute, the response back to it. People love it. I had to feel patriotism, and the whole revolution was one of the things that actually started this patriotism. But in the same time, it is fading away, and it's going back to the identity that each one is alone. And that's what I'm trying to do now in the next 6 months.
Yet, you know what I really like about the artists in Sudan and the whole Sudanese, let's say, fans, all right? That they are really supportive
Yeah.
to their artists.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't really see in every or each country in this region, you know? Like, for example, MaMan drops a song, you would see every Sudanese person playing that song and sharing that song with his friends or whomever they know.
True.
But it's not something that you see that much happening, let's say, for example, over here in the UAE. Let's say,
Even though they have the equipments, they have everything, they have
You know?
the studios.
yeah. Not
But-
even in, for example, KSA, you have people that would support that movement, but they're numbered. They're not that much. But in Sudan, you would see everyone over there. Yo, there's a concert.
It's more like cliques and gangs and crews
Yeah.
over here. But in Sudan, you get to feel like the whole country is a community, especially when it comes to music. Like when something drops in Sudan, let's say MaMan dropped a song in Sudan and nobody knows, like in UAE, nobody heard of it. You'd have somebody coming from Sudan telling
Just
you,
to show you
yeah,
this
yeah,
song.
just to show
Exactly.
you, yo, let's go listen to this
Yeah, man,
song.
because
go listen
it's
to that
new.
song.
Because to them, like this is something amazing. Like to actually see something coming out of the country.
Plus, I'm sorry, but plus rotation, for example, this year, he was in what, 2 concerts so far or 3, right after each other, right? Yet people are still attending.
Yeah.
People are still there to attend.
They still hear the same songs
Exactly,
all over
the
and
same
over again.
song. Enjoy this, whatever it is.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, like the idea of it. That's why we have to submit it. We have to
Yeah.
make this something for sure. We have to put it on paper so this won't go away like any other trend that happens back home and leaves. You know what I mean? Maybe the only difference here is, like I told you, the infrastructure is here. That's why it's really hard back at home, because we are the ones that are building the infrastructure, bro. There's nothing to build on. We are Adobe making a ground for us to stand on. You know what I mean? But here, the fact that everybody has the infrastructure, if I could put 3 or 4 teams together, I could make a show, and like I told you, like in the beach, it's done. You know what I mean? If I could get club promoters and I could do 3 parties in a club, then I have a club, then I have promoters, then I have that to work with. But back at home, we don't have all of that. We have to make the parties. We have to make the
you have to
promoters.
make the
we
crowd,
have to
yeah.
make
From the
ground.
the event managers. We have to teach the event managers. We have to. It takes away a lot from the artist effort, and if you don't have passion for this and patience,
It can destroy you.
oof, it could take away so much of your time and really makes you hate what you do. And that's what keeps me going on, is the fact that people still come to these concerts, although they heard the same songs all over and over again. But the fact that they are in a concert and they're listening to a Sudanese artist speaking a language that they can hear internationally, you know what I mean? Talking about stuff that they can talk about internationally. You know what I mean? That's the thing that makes these concerts special, makes these artists very special, is that they connect to the outside world to them. They make them feel that Sudan is not alone. And that's the main reason why people keep listening to us.
And I have a question. What's the reason that it can be because of the place, yet what's the reason is that Maz Mars and
See the Simba?
Siro Simba, the 2 tracks that they dropped, it caused a havoc.
It went viral.
They went viral.
Yep.
So what do you
So
think that was that?
I can't deny it for them. This track was really somewhere. I think, though, from a perspective of the fact that we didn't want it to just to label it, you know, that's what I didn't want it to see. You know what I mean? Because now you're gonna take the international sense, and this is what I see that is gonna happen with this
Exactly.
Arab Afro genre. It's not gonna go anywhere. I'm sorry, I'm being very honest. It's not gonna go anywhere, because now you took away the international sense from it. Salah. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you call it Afrobeat better, it would have been so much better. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because then you would have connected to the world. You still made Sudan something that is
Part of
inclusive.
Okay.
خليك me part of something else. That's just my own political and my own beliefs. I'm not even going to get into that. I'll talk about the musical sense itself of what this genre is. That it is international world music. It is not Sudanese music. It's not Arab music. It's not African. It is what it is.
They merged two things together.
They merged two things together.
Exactly.
Thank you. It's not they still made us divided in a way when it's like that. What they did was crazy. The fact that they could make this music loved by everyone around. That's what we all trying to do, and that's why I give them the props for. That they knew the formula. They found out the formula to make this mainstream, to make it sell.
Yeah.
And I admire them for that so much. 100%. Like, shout out to them.
Because
on that one.
seeing them, they're coming up with such a genre, introducing it to everybody, and then looking at how everybody took it in, that was just amazing.
But then giving it a classification, which I think is too early to give it a classification. That's not right. That's what I think is not right. In Tikiri, you boxed it. You boxed something that Iyadobik is growing. How could you give it a shape now? You know what I mean? How give it a name?
But what if they want to be the originators of this genre?
That's up to them now. I don't know the full story behind these.
even me, I'm just
yeah. But
just
for
guessing.
someone that looking at it from a wider point of view, from something that you need to see it in 10 and 20 years, I see that something else will come and overshadow that. Bordo from Sudan, Bordo the same topics.
They already started, I think, but there are a couple of.
I mean, like
people.
something will come and overshadow this, and it will be called world music. It will not be called Afro-Arab. Trust me.
Okay.
Mark my words.
All right.
Yeah.
And lately we've been seeing not a lot of work also from Sudanese artists and from artists from the region. I mean, the last noticeable one was, as we mentioned earlier in our talks, that Black B, Too Dope, and Rotation was there, right?
On his last album, yeah.
Yes. But we don't see that more often. We don't see Sudanese artists working, whether it was engineers also. We don't see them collaborating with artists from UAE, KSA,
No, not yet.
Morocco, for example,
I don't
Egypt.
see that yet. But funny thing is, that's my next move. Like, this is what I'm trying to do next. Is to be able to, like you said, work internationally with high standards. But before that, I wasn't in a hurry for that personally. Because I needed to establish
Your
my
grounds.
own art. And my grounds, to have grounds, to be able to like say no, I want it like this.
Yeah.
But I can't say no, I want it like this if they don't believe that I have.
If you don't have
sound.
references before,
Yeah, they don't believe that I have a sound. Like, okay, this guy's special. He has a sound. He might know what he's doing. You know what I mean? To have it my own, not following other people's ways. You know what I mean? Not sounding like another Travis Scott or another Bryson Tiller or another Burna Boy. You know? And that was the main important thing to me. So I never looked at working with international artists as an importance as much as I need to find my international sound first, and then
start working with them.
But Too Dope and Rotation, the fact that they are, like, even as I told you, they know this culture so much. You know what I mean? They infused in it. They know it. They know these people personally. You know what I mean? They've been friends. They roll around. So already they established that connection internationally. Like, okay, I could be like them, or I could be different, or I can have my own. And I saw that in the songs that they did with them. It was very amazing. I was engineering these songs too, and what they wrote was very amazing. You know what I mean? And even that YK project, YK
Ease
the song with Too Dope,
and
YK and Ease, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was a great
You know
song.
what I mean? I really liked it. So it's like these things happen, but I think it's like a domino effect. You know what I mean? Once you hit the right one out, the rest
it's
falls.
just that.
Yeah, I feel that's what I think. I'm not gonna like forecast what's gonna happen, but I'm seeing more collaborations between Sudanese artists.
I'm seeing more collaboration coming up.
Yeah,
I really hope so, because it's taking too long. For how long Rotation been in the scene?
Oof.
For how long? You know, that's what I mean. You know, and for a certain period of time, he was also stuck in a certain sound. Let's not deny that.
Again, bro, to be very fair, again, you have to understand there is no infrastructure for us to actually go through.
Yeah,
it took this long time because it took this long time.
That's how long it had to take.
It had to take this long time. It cannot go faster than this. Trust me, it cannot go faster.
So let's say
this is the pace over there.
يا دوبك كده we on zero. Let's say كده يا دوبك
You just
السنة دي
started.
بنهاية السنة دي كده يا دوبك we about to start. For example, my next album يا دوبك بحسبه كده. That's where I really need to focus. Same thing goes back at home. They all know that.
they have to start right
يا
now.
دوبك كده شنو whatever you do now is what you're gonna do now.
All right.
You know what I mean? So let's see.
So that's where the next question comes. What's next for MaMan?
What's next for MaMan? Okay. First of all, embrace yourself. If you're not gonna like this next project after, I mean this next. First of all, there are 3 single songs. They're not actually a project together. They're singles, 3 single songs. But if you're not gonna like it, then you're not gonna like what's coming up after that. So I'm just saying to you know, إنه قدرت تطلعوا الثلاثة أغاني الجاية دي. Props to you. You know what I mean? That means you are going to have a nice ride with me next year. Because next year I am bringing it international, inshallah.
All right. And as I told you off mic, that Untitled Hack was my favorite.
Yeah.
All-time favorite.
And
I
a lot of
really
people don't know
hope.
the story. Like Untitled Hack is not something that I was going to release to everybody.
Yeah.
I was not going to release. This is like anything that's written on, everybody knows anything that's written untitled in the project files. That means it's just for me to listen to. So I have a big folder like that, and I'm going to release it by around February to give the last remnants of MaMan out before I leave to go work
But
on the
then
album.
that's why it was one of my favorite, because it sounded very different.
It's personal. This is how I talk to myself.
Bro, talk to yourself more often.
That's what they told me to do.
Talk to yourself more often.
No, like now I could talk to myself, to you guys. You know what I mean? Like Zamaniki used to be more of a job. Now it's more of like a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like now I could talk to you guys. And all of these songs I used to talk to myself, and who could relate to it would relate to it. But now I could directly talk to the people. I know what they want. I see what they like, and I could relate to them more now, because it's not just an expression form. Now it's more of an artistic form. So I get to use more new tools in my disposal for this thing. So, well, yeah, you got 3 more songs coming up, Untitled project, just for you to get the remnants of MaMan, and
Look at this guy. Just so you can get the ruinous.
yeah, like the leftovers. خلاص دارين نخلص منه.
Get the fuck out of
دارين
here.
نخلص من the old MaMan and hit the new one.
Just call it Hakum. Exactly.
Untitled project.
Hakum.
And I have this track that I think might be the blow up for me. Let's see.
Let's see, man.
Let's see.
Let's
I
hope
might
so.
be putting too much on it, but I think it might be the blow up track. So
I mean, if you have that experience, and you were an artist who works on your music, an artist usually knows what's gonna blow up.
Especially an engineer.
Exactly.
Especially an engineer.
Exactly.
I see a song and I'm like,
And
That
you study
nigga's gonna blow.
study the parts. I don't have an experience with that, but do you feel, or you know, that this song is gonna be catchy, this song is targeted for a certain demographic? So
Yeah,
you
now I
study
do.
that, you study all of that.
yeah, now I do. Once one of our job also as Young Justice is to collect data. Yeah, we have a lot of data of what people like to listen to, ages. I'm talking about Sudan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of data about who's listening, who's not, what ages are listening, all of that.
And what about the personal feedbacks? Just like the feedback that just
I don't
gave
get
you.
to have that a lot. Actually, that's why I like to get out on these holidays. That's why I like to get out of the studio a lot. You know what I mean? To see what people like.
Stay in touch, you know?
Dude, it's a blessing and a curse to be able to be in a studio this much. But it's really funny. Like, once you do something too much, you lose its taste. You know?
True.
Yeah.
It's always better to find the middle ground. And I used
A
to
balance between both.
I used to burn myself out. And that's why I'm having this holiday now after 3 months or 4 months of work. Because I know that when I reach this time, I will burn out. Burn out means close my door, don't talk to nobody for the next month, try to get the energy back again. You know, and it doesn't really work like that. I I can't be working a month off and 3 months on and work off. Has to be consistent somehow. So I kind of learned to pace myself now. And as I do that, I get to hear the feedback from people personally, get to listen to new music, see what's actually the scene is happening to. 'Cause sometimes I feel like I'm in my own world, making my own music. But yeah, so that's why I'm enjoying holidays now a little bit more.
That's good, man.
Yeah, to actually
Every
hear
person needs a
myself a
holiday.
bit. Yeah.
Every person needs to
Yeah,
take a deep breath and just start looking at what's over there.
Mm.
Because we barely do when you're really working
But
heavily.
But we on the roll. Trust me. If it wasn't for the corona this year, I mean, like things would have been different. But everything has its plan, I guess. And 2021 might be a very special year for all of Sudan.
Yo, what about Flipter and Dugar?
Best rapper in Sudan.
Of course.
Best rapper. #1 artist. I ain't gonna lie to you. No offense to all my friends out there, all my friends artists, but nobody's a competition to me when it comes to the way. I never see a competition that type of way. But some people, I see them as artistic, and that's what really gets my blood going. That's what really gets me into the studio and work on it. And Flipter is one of them.
El Khalifa.
Rex is gonna be one of them.
Okay.
Rexes. I have some projects coming out with Rexes.
Okay.
Oh, word.
Oof. We're gonna make something new.
Rex is
Something original. No.
I'm
Rexes,
imagining
shout
a
out to
banger.
Rexes. I
Yeah.
really hope you're watching this, bro. But he's like one of them Beethoven's type, you know what I mean? Like them
Years, yeah.
autistic, crazy motherfuckers when they get into a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just keeps walking back and forth, making melodies, walking around the studio. And put in mind, it's a small studio, you know what I mean? So you actually, like, he fills the room walking.
Just back and forth.
Yo, I worked with him 2 sessions of my life, and it was the best 2 sessions of my life ever. One of them, I think one of them went for 12 hours. We just got in the studio, and we are making the Sudanese sound when it comes to Afrobeat. But we still decided not to call it Suda beat or anything like that. We decided to call it Afrobeat.
Afrobeat, as it is.
World
Gave
music.
it as an
World music, as what it is. And then if they recognize the flavor, our job is done. If they don't, our job is done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was kind of frustrated about that little part. Like, it's not the time to call it anything right now. It's not.
You're
there
not that established yet to call that
yet.
yet.
No. And I think it kind of boxed the artist, as I said.
That's true.
Like right now, these 2 hits are not gonna go more than that. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah, I have this discussions with Sido a lot. Sido's my friend, and I could speak like this because he's my friend. You know what I mean? I bet he'll text me after this.
I thought
be
you were
like,
cooking beef over here, but
no, we don't. No, man. Honesty is beautiful, but especially in music, it's very beautiful. And Sido knows what I'm talking about here, and he talks to me about these stuff too. And it's hard to find new stuff.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
you're boxed in one area.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? To get out of it. And me and him are working on some new tracks together too.
Oh,
Yo, you're
See
working
what
with
I'm saying?
everybody.
So it's
man.
like-
Inshallah.
So
you're yeah, just like what Awab said. You're
It's
on
not a name
everybody's
that
track,
came
yet
up.
nobody
Yeah,
knows.
Nobody
Yet nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I might be engineering a track. I won't say it, but nobody would know. You know what I mean? As I told you.
That's
it's not
too
supposed
dope,
to.
but
He
no
knows.
pun
that's my
intended.
man. Gotcha. Too many.
But yeah, I mean, yo, that's pretty dope.
yeah, man. That's the whole point.
on working with people. When we were talking about St. John, you said it was a cool thing that he got to work with his idol.
Yeah, man.
So who's your idol? Who would you like to work
First
with?
First one on my list to tick off was Nile.
Nile. Okay.
With Workaholic. That was the first one to tick off my list. And Calm Down.
Okay.
Song that Calm Down and Workaholic. Because he was on my list first. Funny thing is, next is Burna Boy, so hopefully. It's positive image.
Let's go, man. Yeah.
Burna Boy.
Yeah. Hey,
if you hear us.
Let's see what
Wow,
happens.
did you like his album? Twice as Tall?
Twice as tall?
Yeah.
Do you want to be honest? Not that much.
Word.
But I
you thought
understand what it's
African
made
Giant
for.
was better.
To understand what it's made for.
Yeah.
I understand what he made it for. He made it to say that, okay, now I am international.
Yes.
Like African Giants to say that I am African
I'm
Giant.
African Giant, yeah.
Twice as tall is to say I'm twice as tall an African Giant I am in the world.
I'm an African
Yeah.
giant. Also, at the same time,
Twice
I'm
as tall.
yeah.
And that's why he has all these big names that don't even matter. Look, this album in 5 more years, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be acceptable. Or like give it time.
Yeah.
because it's ahead
I
of
mean,
its time.
it ages
Even the
also.
Afrobeat,
Yeah.
even the Afrobeat in it, it's ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It's ahead of its time. People at Adobe are swallowing African Giant.
Yeah.
It's still ringing in people's
Yep.
head. You know what I mean? The type of music that's
Pause.
on the album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
No,
No, it wasn't
it's
about
not.
It was,
Yeah, it wasn't
it was
about
way
To
off.
continue.
It's way off. Yeah, go ahead.
Rewind.
But
But
yeah,
you get me. So like
Yeah.
I admired his brave move, but in the same time, it's really hard. I don't know like what he was thinking, but I guess he would also feel the same way. As I'm doing this with a purpose. I'm gonna follow my plan. We're gonna do it like this. Whoever likes it, likes it. Who doesn't, does not understand this point right now. It's okay. They'll understand it. Get down.
but to me, it sounded like that because of Diddy. It had too
That's
much
my
Diddy in
favorite
it.
song though. On the
No, I'm not talking about that song. The whole project.
The whole project is
Is executive produced by Diddy.
no way, you know
Yeah.
that.
See,
Oh, I fucked it up.
see.
Fuck Diddy.
I just let you talk. You talk, and I just told you that it was done
No,
by
but
Diddy.
that doesn't take away from it
Wah,
though.
wah, wah.
I don't think it takes away
It
from it.
doesn't take away from it, but it just. I don't know, bro. Like the thing about African Giant was that it's special.
It was.
Like you remember how you
100%.
guys were saying like you sound Sudanese without even being Sudanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sounded as I'm okay. This is something I'm proud of because I could feel it inside.
Yeah.
The second one just felt as I'm okay. Let me push on with this music. See where we can go with it. It's more
Okay.
experimental. Let's
It was more experimental of see that's what I think. He was more of infusing both African and American
Yes.
in one sound.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's-
That was. I was
That's
trying to
why
get to.
Diddy. That's why I'm saying that Diddy had a full print on it.
No, but that's what Burna Boy says his music is.
Yeah,
He doesn't say it's Afro beats.
Afrofusion.
He says it's
it's
Afrofusion,
Afrofusion.
yeah.
And that's what Awab previously said in one of the episodes that this album really takes more time
Yeah.
till a person really.
I'm still
The thing
digesting
about
it till
Afrobeat,
today.
people don't know. Afrobeat. Do you remember Wayne Wonder? Do you remember
course.
P Square?
Yeah.
Remember
P
these
Square.
people?
Yeah.
That was the beginning.
That's true.
But
what
that
about
was
what about Fela Kuti?
No, Fela Kuti is Afro. It is Afrobeat. Yes,
It is
He
Afrobeat. And Burna Boy, he
Oh,
mentioned
Burna Boy,
he mentioned
yes,
that
But
he's
but-
the originator of
no,
Afrobeat or
no.
something.
Yeah,
Fela
he
Kuti.
is. That's the Afrobeat. That's the type that Calpi Vibe does. You know, Calpi Vibe, the producer
Yeah.
for a lot of songs on African Giant.
Yeah.
That's the type of music he does, which is infused with a lot of instrument that's pulled back from the 70s jazz. Has a lot of soul and jazz into it. But the Afro beat that happened after that, right before Wizkid and Burna Boy, that was EDM.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Afrobeat is
B
that whatever
squared.
is burning on that time, it will consume with it what it's working with. So EDM at that time was popping. You got Armin van Buren, you had
Yeah.
David Guetta. Come on, man, like #1 billboards.
Yeah.
You know, at that time. So all that stuff was pulled from that. You know what I mean? Like especially P Square. You know what I mean? That there's one song that's ringing in my head right now. I
It
just
might be the
can't-
same one.
Yeah.
It might be the same one. That
It's
I'm-
me to the beat. Remember that one? Like,
yeah.
it is happening again. That one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
really that was the start. And this is what Wizkid and a lot of them saw.
They picked it up
They
and
picked it up from
continued
there.
with it.
Tell you the truth, Akon is the guy.
Akon is the guy, yeah.
Akon is the guy that pulled up this African music.
Yep.
People
I
don't
to-
know.
I
And I
totally-
like to be that type of person. Behind the scene led Dean. You don't even know
I totally
what's
understand.
happening, bro. He picked up these people.
Yep.
He's
He
the
did.
one that picked up Wizkid.
In what sense?
But Wizkid, Davido, and Burna
Okay,
Boy
yeah.
co-signed.
Yeah.
They all co-signed.
They're all
to
co-signed by Convict
Africa.
Music, yeah.
Convict Africa.
Yeah.
Over Africa, yeah.
You know, and nobody knows that. And that was how many years ago? Maybe six,
Six,
7,
sort of
8
so,
years
yeah.
ago.
I think like, no, maybe 8. I think like
He saw a
25.
potential in that, and he knew
saw
that it's gonna pick
potential
up.
in Africa. A lot of Akon is gonna rule Africa one day. I'm telling you that. He is around, yeah, man. He's around. Oh, well, he put back electricity to his country.
Akon City.
Akon City, I think.
Yeah, he's building Akon City.
He's building an Akon City. He put an infrastructure to the
I don't know
music.
how true is that he's gonna build Akon City though.
Dude, if he put an infrastructure to the music business and nobody knows it about that, trust
Yeah.
me, he can. Because that's how you make it big.
Mm.
You're not when you don't do it for the clout, for the fame.
Mm.
You really get that effort in. You know what I mean? And that's what he did. He put a lot of infrastructure
Mm.
for the music business in Africa.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So Because he came with that mentality, that West mentality, that he came with all the business knowledge that he had, applied it to what Africa is good with, and he did not did the same as in the West. And that's what we're doing back at home too. We're taking what we know at home and then adjust it to the international
according to the norm.
codes. Just rewriting the code, basically rewriting the
modifying a little bits and pieces.
And that's what he did. He came and did that, and God, Mama Show. At the same time, Lady Gaga made him his money, so he didn't need to, he didn't need to go anywhere.
He didn't need to work anymore.
Like, America is cool. I'm just going to leave Lady Gaga to take care of that.
This is one of the things that really still surprises me. That Akon signed Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's still signed.
Bro.
She's not going nowhere. She's like, this
nowhere.
nigga is helping me out.
Yo, and this guy doesn't need to. You know? Do you know that Akon 2 or 3 years ago dropped an album it had 3 versions.
Yeah, different languages.
African,
Spanish,
international,
No way.
Spanish, and English.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That's dedication, bro. Why would he do that? Why would you do that?
He doesn't even need to.
Why
do
would
that.
you do that? You're Akon anyhow. Like, why would you put that much effort?
You know what?
convince
And
me?
it just flew by. Nobody even.
That's very sad.
Nobody knows the
That's
album.
very sad. I'm telling you, man. Like, doing it for the music itself is the best thing. Yeah, and I bet he's so satisfied inside, more than anybody ever. You know what I mean?
Yo, but also as a businessman, he's a very smart one.
Yeah.
He's a very smart one.
Yeah.
He knows how to move around.
And he knows the money is not in him, but
Yeah.
you gotta understand that you're not the best. Once you think you're the best, you lose. You always gotta keep fighting to be the
True.
best.
True.
It's about the journey, I guess. It's not about actually being the best. You know?
My guy, MaMan.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
I
good.
think that's all for today.
Yeah.
I hope you. Yeah.
خلينا نقعد شوية.
خلاص أقعد.
I'm actually happy, man. I'm loving this conversation. It's actually getting very interesting.
Well, yo. Okay. Last question before I let you go. Then.
Okay, go ahead.
Rotation. Too dope. MaMan. Flipter. El Khalifa. Rexus. Sorry. Who else over there? The Circle. Not to forget.
As artists, yeah, I would like to give a big shout out to Proof, actually, because he's one of them behind the scene people too, and he's putting a lot to put down effort. And me and him are going to be working on a lot of basics for this. Also, I'd like to give a shout out. There's KK. It's this new artist coming out. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a little Kendrick kid, I call him.
Oh.
He's pretty good. And shout out to the new Young Justice artist coming out.
Who?
You better watch out. We have some new names coming out. I'm personally working with.
I'm sorry. There's only Nadine. Are we gonna be seeing more female?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. One of my new artists.
I see.
I hit it right then.
You smart. You smart, boy. You smart, man. All right. Yeah, and shout out to Nadine too. I'm gonna be working with her on a lot of projects. I'm trying to work with her on an EP. Trying to work her EP, you know. And I always think the future is gonna be female dominated anyhow, so I'm getting ready for that. I'm putting out a lot of female artists, inshallah. And no revolution is complete without the other side. You know what I mean?
100%.
The other gender. So
100%.
you need to see a lot of females standing up straight, saying whatever the hell they want to say on the mic and not worrying about tradition or daddy or brother or whatever. And I really want to see that. You know what I mean? Inshallah.
Inshallah, man.
Inshallah.
And we're gonna be playing 2 picks, right? Awab, your pick.
Yep. I'm gonna be playing Big Whip. Put me on the spot.
Can't sleepy Awab, by the way.
Yo, I'm worried about the drive back home, to be honest.
Pass out here, well.
I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, first of all, it's 3 picks,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You went with Tak.
I was actually bringing like you guys a new song for you
Okay.
guys to play too, so you can put that.
All right,
So
so
make
we
it
got.
2 picks.
Introduce your first pick then.
All right, what's your pick?
Okay, which one do you want to hear? Like, there's a project called Sitt Al Banat.
Okay.
That's the 3 single songs.
Blink.
Okay.
Blink and tell me which one.
And there's the song that I told you is my favorite until now. My favorite ever did, which is called Zoli.
And that's the one that you think is gonna blow up. That's the one.
I call it my yay. You know, like Burna Boy's yay.
Yeah.
That's the one that made him
Okay.
show.
Zoli.
Zoli is called.
All right.
so I can. Which one do you guys want now?
Alright, see,
No,
you
you're
hyped
the
up.
smart guy
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
You played up, Zodi.
You're the smart guy
Yeah,
over
but I
there.
want to see what Destiny's gonna choose. So like, you guys choose. You guys are 3, so I guess there's not gonna be like a.
Although Sitt
Clean
al-Banat
break.
is a catchy name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one song. That's
the
name
whole-
of-
that's the
name of
whole
the
body.
3 single projects.
Okay.
There's a song called Sabbat. There's a song called Ahdi. There's a song called Ajri.
Oh wait. So
And it's very provocative. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the album is that's not an album. I'm not gonna say album, so nobody gets stuck with it. The singles are very provocative. But Zoli is the most original shit I ever done. I feel like
Bet?
original, like where all my Sudanese efforts to make a Sudanese sound came in one place.
Bet? Then this is it?
yeah,
I think I want to play that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going
All right,
with
let's
it.
go with
The
Zoli.
pity thing is it's going to be released. It's going to be released on February.
So a teaser, maybe? Or-
Yeah, so it's a long.
No, we can play. It's okay. We can play
You
the
can
whole
play
song.
the whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Bet?
All right.
Let's get it.
I'll
get it.
So we're going to be having Zoli
Zoli.
by MaMan
That's
only.
my pick. You still didn't say the picks.
My pick is Big Whip Circle.
Yeah, I will
Bet.
second that too.
Kenzie,
I don't have a pick.
KK, and Michelle.
All right, I agree with
Yeah?
that. Play that shit.
See, that was your pick.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it
This
was my
week-
pick. I forgot. I literally forgot about which one to play, but yeah.
How
Did
can
we
you-
get along?
Yeah.
Right? Did we get along?
I think we get along, yeah.
Yeah. Do we get along
Do
over
we?
here also?
Yeah, we get along pretty well. And the video is dropping for it on Friday.
Which
Yes.
video?
For Michelle, did we get along?
Oh, okay.
And KK.
I thought
Yeah.
you guys were telling each other like, are we cool with it? I'm like, this is a nice way for them to say we cool with it. Cool. Did
Nah,
we get
nah.
along?
But yeah.
Did we get along?
We got along.
Did we get along?
Yeah, bro.
Did
I
we
mean,
get along?
100%. Did we?
100%.
Did we get along?
Blink twice if
Blink
we did
twice.
not. Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah,
got
we
along.
did not.
We did not get along.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
It's gonna be a
For
long ride
future,
home.
yeah.
I think we will let the viewers decide if we got along this episode.
This
or-
episode.
Yeah, I would like that.
It's just a whole different setting, guys.
Don't forget to link, subscribe. Do you guys have that shit?
Oh, bro, I always do that.
Yeah.
Believe
Don't
me.
forget the link.
And
will
this
be
guy been
somewhere-
trying to take my place, but
somewhere
it's
here.
not gonna work out.
It's gonna be somewhere on the
Over here, there, or whatever you see it. But
Leave comments in
Bottom
the,
right
the
and bottom
comment
left.
section.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, I mean, yo, push it around. If you like the content,
Punch me if you want to subscribe. It's gonna be right here. Right on my face. Punch it.
yo, if you like the content, push it around. Send it to your friends. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of music that's coming from our region.
There are-
And we discussed lately that how we've been excited that, to hear music from our region more than international ones.
Yeah.
Because we've been really enjoying that,
Definitely.
more often. We've been enjoying that more than the international ones. And surprisingly, one of my friends recently he asked me, how do you feel about listening to music that not literally everybody knows about? Yet it's too good and it's too nice.
Good question.
And I just told him, I'm very happy that I'm letting other people or more people hear this music. I played you a couple songs before we started recording.
Yeah, I love them.
Bro.
I think I might actually collaborate with a couple of them.
Let's do that. Let's do
Definitely.
more often, collaborations of
Internationally
people.
collaborating.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm down with
Let's
that.
boost the region. Yeah, and if this episode was so informative from
Yeah.
all the gems that MaMan gave us,
And the socks. Let's not
Share-
forget the socks,
share-
man. They had a special featuring in our episode.
My rainbow socks.
How did you have enough time to put the trousers inside the socks? How much time
it's
did it
easy.
take
That's
you?
actually-
It takes
That's
like half an hour a day to find the right way to do it.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
You
It
gotta
takes
keep
so much
looking in
effort
the
to do
mirror.
that.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of strength and courage too.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exactly.
Not everybody loves it.
See, that's what I
at
said.
the end of the day, how does it make you feel? Comfortable?
It makes me so comfortable.
That's it. That's what's
everybody.
required.
I love
Exactly. So that was the Flamingos, MaMan and his socks.
I can't
Yo.
believe my socks is a cameo.
They made a
They
cameo.
featuring, yeah.
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 I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys have a good week. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to all our artists.
Yeah.
Thank you, MaMan, for being here.
Thank you,
You
man.
guys so much for life,
And,
and I've been
you're gonna
looking
go to
forward
sleep
for
now,
this
I can tell.
so bad. I'm actually happy, like, we
Yes.
actually got to do this.
My guy.
That's it.
This was the Flamingos podcast. This is Yad.
Kanzi on the mic.
Awab.
My man.
Hey,
Say it
we
like
found
Denzel
it. Finally, we found it.
You better sample it.
Peace.